Welcome back to Worth a Shot, the show where I'll talk about some of the games I really enjoyed and tell you why you might want to give them a try as well. Today, we'll take a look at Valkyria Chronicles, a turn-based strategy JRPG by SEGA. With this game, I'm fairly confident that many people have heard about it, as it sold really well. But there are plenty of people out there who haven't heard of it or just brushed it off as your average anime game and moved on. Valkyria Chronicles is so much more though. First and foremost, it is an amazing strategy game that mixes aspects of turn-based and real-time strategy with elements of a JRPG. Before we get to the gameplay though, let's talk story, visuals and sound design. The story is set in a World War II style era in a fictional version of Europe where two big factions battle over the crucial resource Ragnite. Following the young Vulcan Gunther, who decides to join the military to protect his home country from the invading forces, you'll see discrimination, hate, love, intrigue, and even some supernatural powers, because just fighting with guns and tanks is boring. Also, because anime. As I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't played the game yet, I won't go any further than that. But the story takes a few interesting twists with lots of character development and some very interesting and sometimes very dark motives and themes. The story is mostly told through some of the most beautiful cutscenes I've ever seen. The whole game looks like a watercolor painting, and I was actually quite surprised as to how good it fits in with the whole theme of the game. It also runs really well. So well in fact that most people should not have any trouble getting over 60 FPS at all times. Moving away from the visuals, the sound effects in this game, while not outstanding, definitely get the job done and give a good representation of weapon and environmental sounds. But the main reason I want to talk about the sound is the voice acting. In this, I will only refer to English voice acting as I have not heard Japanese one for this game. Every character in this game has a very fitting voice and the dialogue between the different characters is really well done and believable. Also, if you happen to watch a lot of anime, I'm sure you recognize many of the voice actors in this game. On a side note, I completely refuse to believe that it's just a coincidence for Valkyria, who's the leader of Squad 7, to have the same voice actor as Kakashi from Naruto, who also happens to lead Squad 7. And yes, I know that isn't the case in the Japanese version. But still. But, having talked about graphics and voice acting a lot, I think I should give you a taste. So here we go.
So it's begun. I'll do whatever it takes to protect the people of this town. I'll do it. Even going to war, I'll do it. What are those?
Seeds from the lion's paw. It blooms white, small, simple, and strong.
I want to be able to remember, once the war is over, that it wasn't all just people killing people. That even in war, there was also new life.
On the 15th day of the 3rd month of the year 1935, the Empire began its assault in earnest. A formal declaration of war was made upon Gallia.
But now for the main event, the actual gameplay. Before each battle, you get a short briefing of the situation at hand and the objectives in the upcoming mission. You will then get to choose which units you want to bring to the battle and where to position them. You get to choose your units from 5 different classes: Scout, Shock Trooper, Lancer, Engineer, and Sniper. Each class excels in a certain area of battle, so choosing the right combination of units is essential for victory. All the characters you can choose from are unique, with different looks, personalities, and attributes. Depending on the environment you'll be fighting in, you want to bring characters who gain advantages in those environments, do better against certain enemies, or gain bonuses while fighting next to certain other characters. The battles themselves are fought in turns. At the beginning of your turn, you'll get a certain amount of command points. Those points can be spent to move your characters, give orders that boost certain attributes of your units, or call in reinforcements for soldiers that have fallen on the battlefield. Once you have chosen a character to spend your command point on, you can move that unit freely across the map as long as you have action points for that character. Be aware though that any enemies whose line of sight you enter will shoot at you as long as you control the unit. This can be avoided if you move into cover or out of sight. You may also choose to shoot at one enemy in your line of sight. To do so, you have to enter the target mode, where you will have to manually aim your shot at the enemy. Depending on the area you're aiming for, you will do different amounts of damage if you hit. In this mode, enemies will stop shooting you, so you can carefully plan your shot. After attacking, you can move your unit some more, provided it still has some action points left. If you want to move and shoot with the same character more than once, you can do so by spending additional command points. But each time you do so, the selected character has less action points than before. If you end your turn with unspent command points, these points will carry over to your next turn. After you end your turn, the enemy gets to basically do the same thing. Move units, attack with them, or call in reinforcements until their command points are spent. If the enemy manages to take out one of your characters, you can move one of your remaining soldiers to them to get the injured character out of battle during your next turn. If you succeed, the wounded soldier will be picked up by a medic and removed from the battle. Failing to do so means that the character will be dead for the remainder of the game. Wounded soldiers that have been evacuated from the battlefield can be replaced by requesting reinforcements. During most of your battles, you will have a limited number of turns to fulfill your mission, along with some specific conditions. Most of the time, keeping the main characters alive or stopping the enemy from capturing a base. Between battles, you can go to the headquarters, where you can level up the different classes, upgrade your equipment, recruit new characters, learn new orders, manage your character equipment, check on their status, and visit the graves of your fallen soldiers. And that's all I wanted to tell you about this game. If what I have said so far got you interested in the game, you can pick it up on Steam for $20 or about $5 during a sale. And this game is definitely worth it if you like strategy and tactical games. Well, fancy meeting you here at the end of the video. If you liked it, you might want to give that like button a click. If you didn't, you can always smash the other one. But that's all I have for you today. So I'll see you in the next one.